in a high-rise luxury apartment overlooking Manhattan. Olivia Carter stood quietly beside the wide glass window, staring at the city as dusk slowly swallowed the skyline. At 42, she was known as one of Wall Street's most reliable and sharp-minded investment analysts. On the polished surface of her desk lay a single object, her own wedding invitation, the one announcing her upcoming marriage to her fiancé, Ethan. Olivia inhaled deeply, the weight of her past creeping in as she looked at that invitation. Marriage, such a simple word, yet for her, it carried an entire world of bittersweet memories and unresolved conflicts. The deepest among them was her complicated, painful, lifelong rivalry with her sister, Sophia. From the very beginning, Olivia and Sophia's bond had been entangled in comparisons, quiet battles, and an unspoken competition neither of them had asked for. Sophia had always been the adored child, the planned blessing, while Olivia was the surprising arrival, the unexpected gift. As their grandmother, Martha, liked to joke, those words stayed with Olivia far longer than anyone realized. Her mind drifted back to childhood. She remembered the old family albums where Sophia always sat proudly in the center of the photos while she was placed at the edge, as though she were merely an accessory. She remembered trips where only Sophia was invited, and she was dropped off at her grandparents' home as if she were an afterthought. One summer, when Olivia was 7, she overheard her parents preparing to take Sophia to Disneyland. Her little heart fluttered with hope. Maybe this time, maybe they'll take me too. But that hope shattered within seconds. "Sorry, Olivia," her mother Eleanor had said, her voice echoing endlessly in Olivia's memory. "This trip is only for Sophia. You'll go next time." Olivia tried not to cry. "But I want to go," she had said, her voice trembling. Her father, James, responded sharply, "Just stay with your grandparents. Sophia needs special consideration." Those two words, special consideration, burned themselves onto her heart forever. Why was Sophia always the one who needed something special? Why was Olivia always second? And next time never came. That lonely summer, she stayed with her grandparents, flipping through family pictures as if trying to find her place in them. Even at that young age, she felt a sting of abandonment that settled deep in her chest. As she grew around 6 or 7, that sense of unfairness sharpened into something heavier. Bit by bit, loneliness took root, and anger began to sprout beside it. Her grandparents became her only place of comfort. Her grandfather George and grandmother Martha loved her without a hint of comparison. Martha often held Olivia's cheeks gently and said, "You are special, sweetheart. But sometimes being special is a burden. You must learn to be strong." George introduced her to the beauty of mathematics and science. His study became her sanctuary, a place where numbers made sense, where logic was fair, where she could breathe without fear of judgment. One evening, he brought out an old telescope, worn yet cherished. "This belonged to my father," he said softly. "When you look at the stars, you realize how small our troubles are." That night, standing on the rooftop with her grandfather, gazing at the endless glittering sky, Olivia felt both tiny and infinite at once. Something inside her whispered that maybe, just maybe, there were possibilities far bigger than the world she grew up in. Books became her escape. Equations became her armor. Yet at home, none of it mattered. "Why can't you be more outgoing like Sophia?" James would scold. "Go outside. Make friends." But the outside world was no kinder. Her classmates called her strange. They mocked her quiet nature, her intelligence. Sophia, popular and adored, never defended her. Sometimes she even joined in. Once, while Olivia read during recess, a group of classmates circled her. "Look, she's alone again." One sneered. "Does she even have friends?" Olivia froze. Her cheeks burned. Then Sophia passed by. For a fleeting second, Olivia hoped, begged inside for her sister to speak up for her. Instead, Sophia smirked. "Leave her," she said coldly. "My sister's just different." Laughter erupted. Heartbroken, Olivia ran to the bathroom, clutching her book like a shield, and cried until her head ached. Sophia's betrayal cut deeper than any childish teasing ever could. High school only widened the distance between them. Olivia excelled in academics. Sophia ruled social circles. When Olivia answered questions in class, people sighed. There she goes again. She took pride in her intelligence, yet isolation weighed heavily. She spent long hours in the lab or library, desperately trying to build a world where she mattered. One afternoon, she made a remarkable discovery during a chemistry experiment, something that challenged standard textbook theory. Her teacher praised her brilliance, but before she could savor the moment, Sophia appeared. Trying to get attention with your weird experiments? Sophia scoffed. I'm telling Mom and Dad. The joy scattered that night. Her parents scolded her. Stop bothering your teachers with unnecessary things, her father said. Just behave normally, her mother added. Alone in her room, Olivia cried quietly, wondering why her achievements were treated like flaws. That night she made a silent promise to herself. One day she would go somewhere where her talents were valued. One day she would make herself impossible to ignore. Later, he found friends in an art class who genuinely appreciated her. They met at a small cafe after school, discussing philosophy, science, art, everything Olivia loved. For the first time, she felt she belonged somewhere. You're fascinating, Olivia, said her friend Jessica. I wish we had talked sooner, but that happiness didn't last either. Sophia demanded to join. She couldn't stand seeing Olivia happy with someone else. When Jessica gently told her no, Sophia's face twisted with anger. Why won't you let me in? Sophia snapped. You're the worst sister. That night, she tearfully lied to their parents, claiming Olivia had excluded her out of cruelty. Their parents immediately blamed Olivia. Why can't you be kinder? Eleanor scolded. Sophia is your sister. You should include her, James added. Olivia cried into her pillow that night. Why was she always the villain in their eyes? Why couldn't they understand her pain? Yet every wound hardened her resolve. She poured herself into her studies even more, determined to build a future so bright no one could try to dim it. By senior year, Olivia won a national mathematics competition. Her name appeared in the local newspaper. For a brief moment, her brilliance shone so brightly she thought finally her family might be proud. Instead, new problems emerged. Sophia, terrified of losing her throne as the golden child, lead again this time, far worse. She told their parents Olivia had a secret boyfriend and was doing drugs. James stormed toward Olivia, face red with anger. Is this true? He roared. How could you? Olivia, horrified, tried to defend herself, but he refused to listen. Eleanor stood silently, her disappointment speaking louder than words. Why don't you trust me? Olivia sobbed. Why do you only ever believe her? But to them, Sophia could do no wrong, and Olivia was always at fault. That night, the shouting escalated until Sophia shoved Olivia. Olivia hit her head against a shelf, blood rushing from her nose. The physical pain was nothing compared to the heartbreak. They rushed her to the hospital, still insisted it was an accident. Sophia didn't mean it. Sitting alone in the waiting room, her head throbbing, Olivia felt her heart cracking open. A nurse approached her gently. Are you all right? What really happened? She asked with genuine concern. For the first time in her life, Olivia let her guard down. She told the nurse everything: years of neglect, lies, favoritism, cruelty. The nurse listened carefully. Sweetheart, she finally said, I'm worried about you. May I contact Child Protective Services? Olivia hesitated, then nodded. She knew something had to change. CPS entering their lives created chaos. Her parents were furious. How could you expose our private matters? Eleanor screamed. You've disgraced this family. James said coldly. You are not welcome in this house anymore. Their words shattered her, but strangely, also freed her. Eventually, Olivia was moved to her grandparents' home. Her parents barely resisted. They almost seemed relieved she was leaving. At her grandparents' house, she finally experienced what real family felt like. She woke each morning to the comforting smell of her grandmother's cooking. At night, she sat with her grandfather discussing life science, philosophy, things that filled her soul instead of draining it. For the first time, Olivia felt safe. And for the first time, she felt loved. While stargazing. Life isn't easy, Olivia, her grandfather said, but with each difficulty you overcome, you become a stronger. Don't forget you have infinite potential. After graduating from high school, Olivia received a full scholarship to Columbia University. The moment Olivia stepped onto the campus, felt a surge of emotion here. She could start a new life. No one knew her past. No one saw her as Sophia's sister. But as Olivia, university life was full of surprises. For Olivia, her intelligence and diligence were highly regarded, and she became well known among professors. Her friends accepted and respected her unique personality. Olivia particularly shone in economics classes. Sharp analytical skills and original thinking amazed the professors. One day, renowned professor stopped her. Oliver's latest report was excellent. Hesmold, you have great potential. Would you be interested in working on Wall Street? Olivia's eyes lit up. This was the opportunity she had been waiting for. However, occasionally when she remembered her family, she felt a painful tightening in her chest. Her contact with her parents was rare. Mostly just a birthday card sent her away. She heard nothing from Sophia. Sometimes Olivia would look through her family albums, pictures of her smiling parents and Sophia with her standing on the edge. Each time she saw those photos, her heart filled with complex emotions. In her sophomore year in college, Olivia met Ethan in Thelabury. He was a law student who understood her intellect and introverted nature. They clicked and eventually become a couple. You're an incredibly person, Olivia. Ethan's words resonated with her. I can't believe your family misses that. Being with Ethan gave her a new perspective. She learned the joy of being loved and reevaluated her own worth. It also made her deeply contemplate her relationship with her family. Should I forgive them? Olive asked Ethan. One night he chose his words carefully. That's for you to decide, but I've heard that forgiving isn't for the other person, it's for lifting the weight off your own heart. Olivia pondered his words for a long time. Gradually, something inside her began to change. After graduating, Olivia joined a major investment bank on Wall Street. Her analytical skills and insights were highly valued, and she quickly climbed the ranks. By her mid-30s, was a noted figure in the industry. Own day, Olivia was assigned a major project that could define her career. She worked through many sleepless nights to repair the best presentation possibly. In the day of the presentation, the conference room was packed with executives. Despite her nerves, Olivia began confidently. Her analysis was sharper, proposals innovative. After she finished, the room fell silent. Then the CEO stood and started to clap. The other executives followed. Great job, Mizu Carter, the CEO said with a broad smile. Thanks to you, our company will make significant progress. At that moment, Olivia felt her talents were fully recognized. Tears welled up in her eyes. It was the moment all her hard work paid off. Meanwhile, Ethan had become a successful lawyer working on human rights issues. Despite their busy lives, they supported each other and shared a strong bond. After 8 years together, Ethan proposed. He knelt in front of her favorite painting at the museum. Olivia loved. Olivia, I want to share my life with you. His voice trembled. Will you marry me? Olivia nodded through tears. Yes, gladly. That night, as they discussed our future, an inevitable topic came up: whether to invite her family to Thruding. Olivia called her grandparents to share the news. Their voices of joy brought tears to her eyes. Your happiness, man's everything. Olivia, her grandmother's warm voice, said you deserve this. But reaching out to her parents and Sophia was not easy. Years after, resentment slowed her hand as she tried to dial their numbers. Olivia started the call several times, but stopped. Memorious off the past and current emotions clashed within her. Ultimately, Olivia decided to send a brief message. Olivia wrote it several times, finalisitling On a simple text, Dad, Mom, and Sophia, I am engaged to a man named Ethan. Our wedding is on the 15th next month. You are welcome to attend if you'd like. After pressing send, Olivia's heart pounded. She spent the next few days Sunnis, unable to focus at work or sleep at night. Ethan supported her gently. It's okay, Olivia, whatever their response. I'm her with you, as expected. Her parents' reply was lukewarm. Congratulations, Shuri. Father should walk you down Thial. Her mother's message read it was Edmund, not a blessing. Sophia's response was even worse. Are you trying to shame me? By getting married before your older sister, you always think only of yourself. Reading these messages, Olivia felt a painful tightness in her chest. Even after all these years, nothing had changed with her family. It was sad to realize that she had no family to genuinely rejoice in her success and happiness. Olivia sought Ethan's household. I invite them, but if they come, they will surely ruin the ceremony. Ethan took her hand. I support whatever addition you make, but I want you to toast without regrets. This is our debut. It might also be a chance to reconcile with your family. Olivia thought deeply for a long time. She wavered between the pain of the past and a slight hope for a conciliation. Inside her, a dialogue wested between the memories of her childhood and her current self. 2 weeks before the wedding, Olivia made her final decision. She would invite her parents and Sophia, but they would not have Majoral's dad. I've asked Grandpa to walk Med down the aisle, Olivia told her father over the phone. After a moment of silence, here Father's angry voice came through. A selfish daughter, we raised you. Olivia, controlling her trembling voice, responded, yes, you raised me, but it was me grandparents who loved me on the most important day of my life. I want someone by my side who truly supports me. It seemed her father lost his words for a moment, but he quickly regained his anger. You are no longer our daughter. After Thekel ended, Olivia cried for a long time, but these were not only tears of sadness, were also tears of liberation. Years of suppressed emotions were finally being released. Ethan simply held Olivia without a word. No words were necessary. His presence alone comforted her. Preparations for the wedding progressed steadily. Olivia, amidst her busy schedule, ran around selecting dresses and arranging flower arrangements, temporarily forgetting her family issues. However, a week before feuding, another shock awaited her. It was a call from her father. Olivia, I need to talk to you. His voice was tense. About your wedding day. I can't make it anymore. Olivia's heart nearly stopped. What do you mean? Sophia has been promoted to VPOF, a major company. The celebration is on the same day as your wedding. His words faded away. Memories from Olivia's childhood came flooding back vividly. Days when Sophia was always the priority. Pain of being secondary. And now Evan, on the most important day of her life, chose her sister. I understand, Olivia responded coldly. Enjoy yourself, Victor. Hanging up, Olivia collapsed to Thefler. Ethan rushed over and held her. It's okay, Olivia. I'm here with you. His voice helped her regain some strength. That night, Olivia couldn't sleep. She stood by the window, looking out over nighttime Manhattan. The city lights seemed to reflect her complex emotions. Morris kept coming back. The day she was taken to Disneyland, the parents didn't celebrate her school successes. The day she was punished for Sophia's lies, and the moment she was coldly kicked out after CP's intervention. Olivia took a deep breath. That's enough. She no longer needed her parents or Sophia's approval. She had her own life. She had Ethan, understanding friends and grandparents who loved her unconditionally. The next morning, Olivia woke up with a determined expression. Anything, we will go ahead with our wedding as planned, even if my parents and Saphirin. There we have our true family. Ethan smiled gently. Yes, we have each other, and we have your grandparents. All of you and our friends on the wedding day. Olivia walked to the altar on the arm of her grandfather, George. She wore a poor white dress with small flowers in her hair. The venue was filled with their dear friends, though her parents and Sophia were absent. Ethan's loving gaze enveloped her. We are creating a new family, Olivia whispered to herself internally. A family filled with understanding and love as they exchanged vows Olivia looked into. Ethan's I swear, she saw unconditional love I vowed. Love, respect, and cherish Olivia Carter in sickness and in health, for better or for worse. Ethan's voice trembled with emotion. Olivia repeated words at that moment. She felt truly liberated at the reception. Olivia, Dan said with a smile, surrounded by her close friends. Her grandparents watched their granddaughter with pride. Ethan's parents also warmly welcomed Olivia as if she were their own daughter. However, the absence of her parents and Sophia remained, a slight pain in her heart during a break from dancing. Olivia stood by the window looking out unexpectedly. Sophia approached her. Sophia's voice was shaky. I want to apologize. Surprised, Olivia turned around. Sophia was dressed in a glamorous dress but looked tired. Sophia, why are you here? Olivia couldn't hide her confusion. I left my promotion celebration early, Sophia said quietly. I felt needed to be here at your wedding. Olivia was overwhelmed with mixed emotions, anger, sadness, and a glimmer of hope. I truly regret what I've done, Sophia continued. I've always been jealous of your strength, your intelligence, and the love you received. Olivia listened silently as her sister spoke. It may be hard to repair a relationship, Sophia said, but if you can forgive me, I'd like to start over. Olivia took a deep breath. Ears of emotions clashed within her. Sophia, I can't forgive you easily. Olivia said quietly, but I'm glad you came. Perhaps we can slowly build a relationship. Tears glistened in Sophia's eyes. She hesitantly reached out her hand to Olivia, who after a moment's hesitation took it. They stood side by side in silence, looking out at the Manhattan nightscape that seemed tousle bright, a new beginning to months after the wedding. A message from her parents arrived in Olivia's mailbox. Olivia, we've made a big mistake. Wedding plea, regret not attending your wedding. Don't know if you can forgive us. Boutive. Possible we'd like to meet and talk. Olivia was torn with complex emotions. Hold, she'll forgive them, or should she continue to cut ties? She refrained from replying. Immediately, Ethan, what do you think? She consulted her husband. Ethan smiled gently. Maybe it's okay to wait until you feel settled. There's no need to rush. Olivia nodded. Yes, she'll know longer needed to be rushed into any decisions. She could take her time and honestly face her feelings. A new life, a new family, and the possibility of reconciling with the past. Various options lay before Olivia. She took a deep breath, ready to step forward into the future. She also decided to start therapy to heal past traumas and build healthy relationships. I have a loving husband, understanding friends, and grandparents will love me unconditionally. Olivia reminded herself, I'm not alone. I can get through this. A new chapter was beginning. Though challenges awaited, Olivia had this strength to overcome them. Moreover, show us blessed with a true family. Blood alone does not define a family. Love and understanding forge real bonds. Olivia looked out the window. The Manhattan nightscape shone brightly. A new day and new challenges awaited, but for now, a calm happiness spread through her heart. Ethan embraced her from behind. What are you thinking about? Olivia smiled. Her future and reconciling with the past. Let's overcome it together. Ethan said, gently wrapped in her husband's arms. Olivia felt secure. She had built her life through her choices, and now she is ready to move forward with her new family. This is not an end, but a new beginning. A new chapter in Olivia's life. Eyes about to unfold.